Question 11. Adelaide says, when you multiply an odd number by an odd number, the answer is always an even number. Write down an example to show Adelaide is wrong. Okay, so I'm just going to pick some random odd numbers. So let's go with 1, because that's an odd number, times by 3, because that's an odd number. They're the first two odd numbers. So 1 times 3 is 3. Well, hang on. 3 is also an odd number. So instantly I've proved that she's wrong. Let's take another example. Let's go with 3 times by 5, my next odd number. 3 times 5 is 15. Well, hang on, that's not even an even number either. 15 is also odd. So there's 2 examples that I could have used. The mark scheme here would allow any examples that work. So you could have picked really big numbers, or you could have picked odd numbers that were the same, for example. So you could have done 3 times 3, or you could have done 5 times 5. Again, those are going to give you odd numbers. Okay, so it's just a case of finding one that works and then showing that it is also an odd number. So Omar says, when you multiply a square number by an odd number, the answer is always an even number. Write an example to show Omar is wrong. Okay, so this one's a little bit trickier. So my square numbers, well, I have 2 squared, which is 4, 3 squared, which is 9, 4 squared, 16, 5 squared, which is 25, 6 squared, 36, 7 squared, 49, and so on. Okay, so let's pick a square number. Let's pick 4. Let's multiply that by an odd number. Okay, so let's go with 3. 4 times 3, oh, that's 12. Well, that is an even number. Okay, I need to find an example where he is wrong. So let's go with picking a different square number. So for example 9. Well, I can use the information I've used above to help me here in the fact that 9 is an odd number, and I'm going to multiply it by an odd number. So an odd times an odd, well, we've proved that an odd times an odd doesn't always give an even number. So I'm going to do 9 times by 3, which is 27. That is an odd number. So again, there's one example. I could have used others. I could have used 25 times by 3, for example. As long as the square number I picked was odd, okay, and the odd number that you used, for example, then that should have given you an odd number as the answer.